All right, welcome everybody to another edition of the Corona Cup. Another round here brought to you today by Idea Squadron. We have some guest commentators here in the booth with me, so I'm going to go ahead and let them introduce themselves. We're going to start off with Marky Mark.
We're doing it. Okay. Hi. I'm Mark. I'm playing in this tournament. I'm representing Austin here, I guess, amongst this commentating crew. And thanks for the Idea Squad guys for offering to let me join.
Awesome. Thank you for being here, and thank you to all the 512 guys for helping put this thing together and putting it on. So, next up, we got John. John, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So this is John Wayne, coming in from Arlington, part of the Ideas Squad. Awesome to watch this tournament, one of a kind, 512. Thanks for putting it on. It's been great. Looking forward to watching this very interesting match go down.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys both for being here, joining me in the commentating booth today. Looks like players are getting set up. Let's go ahead and see. John, why don't you talk about Aaron's list being the red player? And then when you're done, Mark, why don't you talk about Andreas' list over here?
All right, so red list is most interesting. A lot of really funky mechanics going on. So in the YV 666, we have Morello Evolve, which basically says when you're going to run off the board, you can spend a charge to not. And instead, during the next planning phase, place yourself back on your end. And he is loaded out with Lando Calrissian, which allows you to spend a green token to reroll up to 2 dice, attacking or defending. And pairing nicely with that is 000, which says if you're an enemy ship at range 1, and that enemy ship has the choice to keep a stress token or give you a calculate token. So probably what's going to be happening here is Morello's going to be taking a enforce action, and I mean when you have 000, everyone lets calculate. So likely after defending with the enforce, to be spending that token to basically have a target lock. Calculate.
All right, John, I'm going to cut you off short a little bit here. Looks like the players are ready to start. Their dials are set. We'll get back to talking about their lists here probably in the first couple rounds of movement, depending on how fast Andreas is going to start off here. I would
We're
imagine
going to, we're all ready to go. So we'll get the clock started here just a sec.
Awesome. All right, so when they hit that button, we'll hit ours, so all of our clocks are synced up. So, there it goes.
And they're good.
All right, so John, go ahead and keep talking about your list here. Just kind of overview it.
Sure. Then we've got Nomlum with Ion Cannon and Dengar. Nomlum and Dengar being really powerful, sort of anti-ace combo there. And then finally in the other Jumpmaster, we've got Tel Travura, Marksmanship, Plasma, Auto Blaster, Maul, Contraband. Very loaded out ship, lots of.
All right, Mark, why don't you run us through Andreas' list?
Yeah, this one's a lot simpler. It's three very straightforward ships. You've got Fen Rao with Fearless. For those uninitiated with Fen Rao, he is just an absolute disaster for anyone he catches at range 1. But an absolute disaster if anyone catches him at range 2. So very powerful ship, very flimsy. You have to be very careful. He's got Guri here at PS5 with outmaneuver and advanced sensors. Again, that's a pretty standard build out, but once again, a disaster if Andreas happens to catch any of Aaron's ships at a flanking or behind them in some way that lets Guri activate that outmaneuver card. And then he just finishes off with what is essentially filler in Leighton Ashera with Snapshot and Ion Cannon. And this is just a ship Leighton gets to after he defends or performs an attack. If the attack misses, he gets an evade token. So this is just a ship. He gets to snapshot and get that free evade token and just sit there with the ion cannon and say, you don't really want to shoot me. I'm not worth the points. I roll 3 agility. I get free evade tokens. You'd really rather be shooting at the 2 aces. And then he just gets to sit on the board and fire that ion cannon.
Absolutely. I think that's 100% what's going to happen. So not a shocking start here. We see Andreas here turning his ships upboard and saying you either have to run through those gas clouds to get me or take the long way around, in which case I'll probably be already back around behind you by the time you get there.
Yeah, the problem here is really this, and I don't know who put it there,
mm-hmm.
this tiny little rock here
Mm-hmm.
right next to these gas clouds is really going to be screwing with Aaron's ability to kind of gently bank in here.
We want to try and avoid, just real quick, we want to try and avoid pointing at stuff on the board because they can see it as players.
Fair point.
Yep. But yes, I do think that one's going to be the downside. I would imagine that the small rocks were all brought by Aaron because...
They would have had to be, yeah.
Yeah, the gas clouds are definitely more favorable for the aces.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
Very thick formation coming in. Next turn, I imagine you start to see some thinking in, getting off more of the board with those big arcs.
I mean, the question.
Go ahead.
Interesting question here is: on this turn, do you just too hard turn off the board with Moralo?
Yeah, I think that's a great strategy here.
And then you just come right in behind. You know, just burn one of those charges right off the bat. It's not like you really get a chance to use them all, and just come right in behind Fen right there.
Yeah, that's a great option. The downside of that being, if then Andreas can put 3 shots on you, you're going to melt pretty quickly. You do have a bit of health, but not enough to solo three of those ships with the 3 dice attacks that are coming at you.
Yeah, although, I mean, Guri, he's doing what you expect him to do with Guri, which is just a hard flank.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing with this fat list, I mean, basically all of them have a 180 arc between having a primary turret and on Tel at least, then some secondary weapons, both a cannon and torps. And Nom's going to shoot you wherever you are. So if Nom is the first target, I mean, Finn's going to be losing his token immediately. He's not going to get outmaneuver off. So I'd really like to see Oblub sort of shoved in to force the opponent to deal with that ship for.
Except one flaw with that is the outmaneuver trigger only works with the front arc, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Yeah, so we can double check that. But
wait, right. But what outmaneuver trigger? Just the ability to be outmaneuvered?
Yeah, outmaneuvered.
No.
It does state, while you perform a primary, if you're not in the defender's fire. Oh, yeah, so you're right.
Yeah,
you have to be performing the primary.
Gotcha. Yeah, but it's also any firing arm.
Yeah, so you're right.
So
Nomlam cannot be outmaneuvered.
Yeah, that's
basically
big deal.
Yeah, gotcha. You see those things in your head. I'm like, no, the card has the arc printed on it, but it has the arc for your attack. You can't outmaneuver somebody else with a turret.
Right, which is probably for the best.
Yes, absolutely. Especially, just fly behind somebody and point the turret out the back and go, haha, now you lose another die because you didn't K-turn.
So do you think this is the turn Andreas is going to kind of come in? Like, he could 3-bank Guri here and then a 1-bank barrel roll and kind of be in a very nice spot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he's aiming for that lane.
Well,
I think we'll probably see Fen do something a little bit bigger, maybe a 3-hard or a 3-bank in. Because remember, he wants to come up around from the side or behind. And
he wants to go fast and get behind these guys. Because if they square off here, that's a huge front arc face. That's definitely.
And I just don't know how well Aaron's going to be able to turn to the left here. If he two-hearted everybody. And then the thing with those jump masters is once you make that left turn, you're gonna need to do another one, which puts you on the wrong side of the board if they come up and they stay kind of to their edge.
I guess what I would do in Andreas's position is I would 3-bank in Guri, 3-bank and boost Fen to kind of skirt around behind everything, and then just one hard turn late and then kind of set him up to just be there.
Yeah, this is the dance that always gets kind of discounted, and people want to get right into that action of, oh yeah, just 5 straight boost and get up in there. But this dance is so important, especially when you're facing down a large group of HP dense ships, is you have to pick the right time to engage, because you're not going to pop one of those ships before they get a chance to do some damage back. And if your ships are super glassy, like Fen Rao especially, then you got to be real careful. All right, looks like we got... Okay, so he's filling that gap, which is an interesting call. And that one is Numlum. Numlum. So,
Like it, you're cutting out a lot of the board space. Those aces to go, and again, he doesn't care where his arc's pointed. It's going to be pointed where it needs to whenever it's him to shoot. So doesn't have to worry too much about being outmaneuvered or wise. Not the hard, but
I think he also set himself up to kind of shoot through that gap if he goes fast enough.
Yes,
and then turn hard to the left later. John, you are kind of breaking up a little bit when you're talking. You may want to try and like close Discord and then come back.
What's that?
What?
Still no good. Good?
Yeah, at the moment, yeah.
Okay.
I think it's more of an internet thing, not a technical thing. So Moralo just making a straight line to the edge of the board.
That surprises.
You know, I don't think it surprises me as much, because Moralo is able to, at any point, hard 2 off the board and just go into reserve. But Andreas here just running away, essentially, being super cagey.
And this a little bit is what we're talking about with this kind of American versus European style of play, where I think the American style of play is much more just direct in your face, go for the engage, and the European style is a lot more
we
cagey,
just kind of
delay, waiting for your perfect go.
Yeah, we grab our flag and our gun and just yell "Murica" as we charge at each other.
Just a little bit. Yeah,
which, that's what makes international games all the more interesting. You get to see these different play styles, and you learn the more you play, and playing different strategies makes you a better player, because you learn to not just expect them to do what you would do.
Absolutely. I still want to see Aaron just like straight off the board here with Moralo and come back around.
I love that he just went forward fast enough to where he's still on that board edge. He can hard 2 off if he wants. Or he can just delay it and do like a 1 forward and say, all right, not this turn, but next turn.
Oh, and he has a stop, so he can...
Yeah, he can delay it even farther.
I don't know. I'm of 2 minds about it, because on the one hand, it's nice that he has options, but on the other hand, if he'd come off the board and come back around 2 turns ago, I mean, the problem is right now that he's letting Andreas set the tone and the pace, because his ships are so much more maneuverable and so much faster. And with using Moralo, he could force Andreas to finally take him seriously and turn in and start engaging. And he's just choosing not to do that by and large. And I don't know that that's the right call.
I mean, I think you have to against this list, because number one, time is your friend. It's much easier for you to get half points on one of Andreas's ships than it is for him to get half points on one of your ships.
Oh boy, I don't know that that's true though.
Really? I mean, you're looking at you got to do 5 damage, 6 damage to any of your ships.
I mean, yeah, but that's just the numbers game. I mean, let's talk about how difficult Andreas's ships are to catch. And if he plays them
Again,
right, let's talk about how difficult they are to damage.
each of these huge ships, again, they basically they all have a 180 arc between a uh, a primary turret, which they're gonna swing the back or sides, and facing secondary weapons that, as an ace, you don't want to get hit by.
Ooh, good call with that target lock there. He made a choice and decided, all right, I'm going to target lock Leighton. Leighton went ahead and turned in.
Yeah, that's an
so that's going to be perfect for him. And he's already seen where the target lock range went. So I don't even think a barrel roll will get him out.
No, I would just focus up.
Mm-hmm.
Because this guy, he's what? Nam is what? 2? PS2?
PS1.
No, he's PS1. Yeah, so you get this target lock. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Leighton can still pop a shot. If he misses the shot, then he gets a free evade token, and then Nam has to try and push damage through a 3 agility focus evade.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a great likelihood here. Yeah, no, your point is fair about the side arcs. The problem is just, again, that these side arcs are all too primary.
Yeah, the side arcs are not
they're all
pushing
2 attack
damage.
dice against these 3 agility ships. Yeah, and there he's going to go off the board and try to come back around. I think that's the right call here. Although I think he kind of was hoping that this move would do it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think he actually made it off the board, did he?
No, I think unfortunately he's just shy, and he'll go off the board next.
Yeah.
it's
Interesting. Which I think this was the turn that you have to be off the board, because when you come back on, you have to be range 3 of any opponent, right?
Yeah, I don't know why you don't just too hard if your intention is to just run.
Mm-hmm. Or to go off the board, yeah.
No, because you have to come back in from the board edge that you fled from.
Yeah, that's okay.
And no, it does not. There is no range requirement. It does not have to be 0 to 3 from anybody. So he can come in at range 1 of C.
Yeah, just range 1 to the edge, just like a normal setup. But
right,
okay.
exactly.
The edge that you ran off of, not
right. But that's why I was advocating that very early on he just come back in and behind, and he could have just been at range 2 of Fen chasing him. And here, unfortunately, yeah, he really wanted to go off this turn so he could just spawn in right behind Leighton.
Yeah, that would have been great. Now we're going to see it another turn, and even coming in on that edge, I mean, you don't have another option.
No, but even then, you're not going to get the shots on Fen and Guri that you want, and that's unfortunate.
You may catch Leighton in that area, depending on how fast Fen goes, to kind of just get away from that situation.
Next turn, Leighton's going to be caught by some, for sure.
Well, except next turn, Moralo flies off the board and doesn't get to come back on until the following turn. So that combat can be completely gone by then.
Tell doesn't exactly have a great move next turn. I mean, he'll probably just do what Nam Lum did. So Leighton moves and focuses or evades. I don't know that.
So there was Leighton missing that shot, getting an evade.
Perfect. That's exactly what he wants.
So the arc is already pointed towards that ship. So
what was that, range 3?
That was range 3, yep.
Dengar, who gets to pick the
Yep, and then Dengar got rid of that evade with Dengar crew there.
Oh, I believe Andreas token that.
Say that again, John.
If the defender gets to pick the token.
That's correct.
In which case, I'd leave the focus.
Where's Leighton's focus? Did he spend it?
I think that's what he got Dengar.
No, because he would have.
No,
he must have spent the focus.
He would have had the evade.
Yeah, he must have spent the focus, and then he got the evade when it missed.
That's not the right call at all.
No, not at all. But I guess he was thinking, I'm safe enough at range 3 with just an evade.
Yeah, and he's being punished for it.
There he goes. He lost the shield from that.
And then takes an ion.
That's going to be big. Now, Moralo has a much better chance of punishing that. and you're going to see Tell here probably do something like a 3 bank and get range 1. Ooh, that's rough.
So if Tell does a 3 bank, he's going over that gas cloud.
I'm sorry, not Tell.
Oh,
Numlum. Yeah, to get range 1,
yeah.
maybe a 2 bank. But you want to be range 1 of Leighton and be able to punish that ship. Because 1 more damage and you have, what, 22 points? 23?
Yeah.
Something like that?
I mean, coming into this, you can kind of write, right before this game, I was asking the question of how dead I thought Leighton was going to be this game. I mean, he's essentially free points.
He is, but
just a matter of...
It's like you had said before, too, of, do I really want to waste my time shooting at this ship?
But this was a free shot, though. I mean, more or less.
Oh, yeah, this one that was free, and he was able to pick up that target lock for free, because he probably didn't even think he would have a shot this round. And, oh, that's right, Leighton didn't have a focus because Leighton barrel rolled. Remember, to try and get out of arc. We were talking about that earlier.
But he didn't quite get it. All right.
Yeah, he just didn't quite get out of arc. So then he shot and missed, got his evade, a Dengar activated, and boom. There we go. That's why that wasn't adding up before.
Can we talk about, though, like how good Guri's position is this round?
Oh, absolutely. So there's snapshot. That's why I would have wanted to go faster there.
Yeah, because now Leighton's going to be able to pop a shot. If it misses, he'll get
a free
evade.
evade. Yep.
And then he'll be able to focus up.
Oh, so that's 1 hit there. And I can't see that hit and eyeball. So that's probably going to be dodged here and get an evade. You almost want it to hit.
I was going to say, if I was...
Ooh, there you go. Right. So it's going to hit.
Yeah.
And now I think you Dengar for a free damage here.
Yeah, absolutely. Get that half points.
100%. And he is doing exactly that.
That's what we want to see here. We'll see what the consequences are.
And that is just a very, very tricky list there.
Mm-hmm. And it's those... Oh, can't see it. Is it a hit?
It's a hit. Yeah,
it is a hit. So the attacker suffers 1 damage.
And that's Leighton at half.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do if you're Fenrau here?
Too hard.
I mean, yeah, if it's me, I 1 hard turn.
yeah, 1 hard, 2 hard. I think the 2 hard
exactly
gives you a better
the
chance.
Ships are going to be.
Yeah, I like the 2 because it gives you a little bit better chance to swing wider. Oh man, had he done the 2 bank or the 3 bank, he'd be out of Leighton's arc right here.
He might still be.
He might still be. You're right. It's going to be close though. But just thinking about how much
really
more.
Close. I think he's out.
I think he's out, but Tell will be in.
Yeah, which I like this positioning for Tell because they do have the white 1 hard, if I remember right. So he's gonna set himself up. Hopefully he grabs that target lock on Guri is what I'd like to see here. Yeah, it is a 1 white, 1 hard to the left. Because use your beefiness to your advantage. Well, it looks like he's gonna focus.
I think that's the right call.
I think that's the right call. Yeah, you can.
Focus is almost never the wrong call for sure. And Moralo is definitely going off the board this turn unless he stopped for some reason.
Oh, I'm going to have a serious talking to if he doesn't.
If he stops, yeah. If he stops, you're out of NTX. Or you're out of...
There we go.
There you go. Yeah, so with no range restriction, next turn he'll be able to start, right behind essentially where Leighton is, setting himself up for a straight lane.
Well, that'll be the question we ask, is whether he starts in this corner behind where Leighton is, or if he starts behind where the 2
where Numlum is right there.
Right, so that they get to move out of the way and he gets to 1 straight and threaten Guri and Fen, who are almost certainly going to try and flank.
Yeah. I mean, if he started right...
Guri coming in 4 hard.
Mm-hmm. If he starts right behind where Numlum is, kind of on that board edge with that lane, with his 180 arc, all he'll have to do is just a 1 or 2 forward.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea of being behind the jump masters here over there.
Well, there's Guri coming in.
I think that would be the best call. Yeah, you're...
Ooh, that looks like it's going to be range 2. I think, do we see a boost here?
I don't see why
Agree.
not.
Yeah, you absolutely
You're going to get that
see.
focus at range 1. But being at range 2, you could just focus right now and save an extra die from coming
Guri
in.
has calculates. Guri doesn't get focus.
Oh, that's right.
Unless
That's
Guri
right.
gets in range.
Yep, so there's the boost.
Now the question is, did he link that?
I don't think
so.
I think
Okay.
Which I don't think you needed to. You know, why stress yourself? You have advanced sensors. You really want to let yourself be free.
Fair point, yeah. Okay,
so there was that one hard?
One hard turn.
One hard.
Right.
I mean, we'll probably see a boost here. Boost linked to a focus. Because you're going to be shooting at Tell, not at Numlum. So just a focus.
No, I think he wants to leave himself a good amount of options for next turn.
Mm-hmm.
If he boosts in, he really starts setting himself up badly.
Yeah, so now you shoot it. Yeah, you shoot at Numlum because it's your only shot, and also because Dengar's already been spent.
Right. That's not bad. I would spend my focus
I would
that.
spend it too. Range 3, facing off against not a lot of pain coming back at you. Well, I guess it is a 3-dice ion cannon, but how aggressive do you want to be?
An ion Fen would be a dead Fen next turn.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, because then you have that, oh man, I'll get right at range 1 of him, not realizing, oh, that means he's going to add a free evade.
Nah, I would, because then that's the argument for setting Moralo up in that corner.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
And just come in perfectly to get yourself that flanking range 2 shot on Fen.
Yeah. All right, so it looks like nothing there. Not a big surprise. All right, range 1 shots on either of them, it looks like.
So note right now that Namlum's arc is pointed forward.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so he
Guri
rotated.
Is outmaneuvering.
Oh.
Well, okay, but we talked about that actually. So never mind. Guri's not outmaneuvering either of these guys.
She's shooting at Namlum?
No, Guri is outmaneuvering. That was what we determined, yeah.
No, but
outmaneuvering.
The arc would shift at the beginning of the move. At the beginning.
Oh yeah, if it was shooting at Numlum, which
right.
I didn't actually see who he was shooting at. I think he was shooting at Numlum. We'll see where the damage goes.
We'll find out if anybody spends a token.
And I think he was shooting at Tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was shooting at Tell, so the outmaneuver would trigger there actually.
No, because Tell's pointed to the left.
Oh, okay. I thought Tell had
You're right.
rotated. Thought that was what you had said.
No.
So just 1 damage on Tell.
It was Namlum that had rotated.
Gotcha.
But he made him spend his focus. That's not nothing.
Mm-hmm. He spent the force.
Yes,
with Maul.
Oh,
he spent force with Maul, and then he took a stress to regain it. So we're gonna probably see a range. That was smart that Guri didn't shoot at Numlum there, because then he would have had 2 range 1 shots coming back at him.
Yeah.
So the foresight there to think about it and go, wait a minute here, I don't want to do that.
Although unfortunately, that does discount that 1 hard turn you were hoping to see from Tell next turn.
Makes it a little bit less likely. And it really just, we're going to see what he plans on doing with Moralo to kind of dictate what his moves are going to be. And if Numlum lands another ion on Leighton, I mean, who knows?
Oh, that ship's just dead.
Because it'll land on the rock.
Right. Probably twice. Entering.
Yeah, because it's going to be just short enough. I mean, just if it hits it enough, that could be.
Who's he shooting here?
At Leighton.
He's shooting at Leighton.
So Leighton should get 1 more. 4 dice. Maybe not. Maybe he's shooting at Guri.
A plasma torp. What is this?
No, this will just be probably his turret shot out the left at Guri. Okay. Otherwise, Leighton would be rolling 4 dice. But is that natties?
Yeah, it is.
It is natties.
Oh, geez, we got to play the. Man, I don't know if they actually heard that out on stream, but that was the angel singing on that Guri roll.
I would have just tried to kill Eaton here.
I don't know that you can.
I think you take the range 1.
Guri at range 1.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was the right call, and he spent his focus doing the right thing there for sure. And it looks like Leighton didn't have Namlum in arc there, so
Right.
Interesting.
It's just a matter of what I was talking about at the beginning, which is that it might be difficult here for Aaron to really push damage through onto Andreas's ship.
I mean, in all reality, he should have gotten one there. It just,
I mean, yes, he
natties
should have. Though.
Yeah, he should have, but because all you need is 3 damage on Guri to get to half, and that's 40 points. I mean, that's your entire,
right.
That's almost all of Nomlam.
But as anyone who's ever flown against, a 3 agility aces list knows, sometimes that's, two power attacks are just not going to cut.
And there's nothing like rolling heat with red dice and just you feel good, and then they natty out of it, or their green dice are just as hot. It just makes you feel so disheartened when you're like, oh, I'm doing everything I can. All I just need is average dice on your side, not even bad dice, and I could do damage. But, this is a dice game. It's how they go.
The reason why I'd advocate shooting heat in there is just because, Emblem's not good at Guri, so I'd just 2 shots the already after it.
Yeah.
So he's going to be
already have 2
using an ion. That's not going to hit.
Oof. Yeah, this turn is not going how Aaron wants it to.
Well, wait, he still has that target lock. So
he does.
This is a time you spend it. Well, I don't know though.
I think so.
He's got a focus evade. I mean, it doesn't help you later.
No, you have to spend it. You might not get it the same shot next.
Does he have a focus? I don't recall.
He does.
He does? Yeah, then you spend that 100%.
The problem is that this is the last attack, and Leighton has a focus evade, which means that he's not taking any damage.
Yep. Spend this a focus. Those large base ships, it's hard to see the tokens underneath.
Andreas has already gotten his 4 green blanks out of the way right at the start of the
yeah, that's true. So now he's just going to roll all paint for the rest of the game.
Exactly.
So Guri's in an interesting position here. We'll probably see an advanced sensors focus and like a 3 sloop, maybe, trying to get behind.
You think? I'm thinking a advanced focus barrel roll and then just 1 straight. Just curve the barrel roll around that gas cloud and then just 1 straight right behind those drum masters.
Yeah, that could be good. So we'll see where Morello is going.
I don't know if you
very non-aggressive Morello placement. He's going all the way down here.
He's trying to catch Guri.
Yeah, I mean he's doing a little bit what we talked about.
Because you can't chase them. You're a big base ship, and you're slow, and they're aces. They're going to vroom. So that does give you the widest possible arc that you can have right there. I'd still start it a little bit closer, at least in range of something.
It's not a bad idea, though. And it basically is what we talked about doing, which is just deploying behind those jump masters and catch Guri and Fen who are coming into flank.
Yeah, because you can still three bank in. But I'd just like to see him closer. You have so much arc that you want to get up there, because even if he turns in or comes in, the action could be out of his range for another turn.
That's true. Although this ensures at least that it's going to be a lot harder for Guri or Fen to get behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if he comes in this way, it does leave him more of an option to just hard turn off the board edge again if he needs to.
That's fair.
Whereas going 1 straight down the center of the board, I mean, you're just basically guaranteeing that you're not going to get to use your pilot ability again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I guess I would.
1 bank here.
I'd love to. I just want to see him go fast, because you're still within that too hard. Yeah, I want to see him get in there. I mean, this is the Murica, just
I guess
strip down to your wife beater and grab a beer and just run at him.
And he does have triple low, which needs range 1. But I don't know. I think if I'm Aaron right now, I just want shot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you've taken 2
damage, so you are still in a good spot. You've traded half points on a fairly hard to hit ship for 1 shield off Tell and 1 shield off Numlum. But next turn I think we're going to see the pain.
both lists have suffered the same amount of damage.
That is true. Yeah, they're
Obviously,
even
that
on the
hurts
damage
one
rates.
much more than the other.
Yeah, the percentage wise is much different.
Yeah. So Fen, what do you think? Like a 2 bank, give himself some options.
I think he might just go straight, and then leave the barrel roll as the options. I think the 2 puts him a little close to that rock there,
Yeah.
to
think you
cut
can
off his
clear
barrel
it.
roll action to the right or to the left. I mean,
I think you'd
mean,
want to do that though,
although-
like the 2 bank and then barrel roll off into this empty space behind Guri so that he can set up a little bit more of an attack run without getting caught.
mm-hmm. John, what were you thinking?
Definitely think that you can fit it too hard in there, but I mean, Nomlum's going right, like
I think we'll probably
know
see
where
like a
else to
1 bank from Nomlam. I'm just
I was
not
gonna
seeing
think
a lot
of
of
1 bank,
options.
yeah.
Because that'll more
left.
than likely bump. Yeah, 1 bank to the left will
Well, I mean, then a too hard gets you
on the
basically
rock.
at range 1.
Oh, you were thinking? I was thinking a 1 bank to the right with Namlum.
Oh, you think? Ooh.
You know, I mean, because that sets you up for the 1 hard next turn,
Mm-hmm.
and then it sets you up to circle very nicely around this little asteroid cluster.
Yeah, you're right. Because I guess Numlum doesn't actually care about facing the target because
He really does not. Although he
yeah,
does if nobody shoots him. To be fair, he does if nobody shoots him.
that's true. Yeah, if nobody shoots at him, he can't rotate. He's a sad puppy.
I think you want both of these jump masters sort of corralled around and Rao.
Yeah, but
Or
I think
two.
I would definitely say that Tell's gonna do something like a 1 bank or maybe a 2 hard. Not
So
sure.
what are the blues on that tile again?
The blues? Yeah, like there's
No
those.
hards. So
No,
I
so
think
it's the 1, 2, and 3 straight, and the 1, 2, and 3 bank to the left.
So
I
probably
just
just a
1 bank
1 bank to the
Yeah,
left.
that's what I would imagine.
circling around.
What do you, Leighton
Unfortunately,
is
pretty predictable.
I wonder if Leighton is going to try to come in with something like a. Oof, what do they even have? That's a 6, so 2 bank to clear that stress, or is it a? No, it's
Leighton is
not
it's a 1
stressed.
bank. Oh, or that's right. Something like a 1 bank to ignore the rock, or do you just try and go fast and get kind of out of some stuff?
I'm
go
in favor of
fast,
that
just-
2 bank.
Mm-hmm.
John, you were saying fast?
I think you go fast and completely skip over Nomlum here. Bring
It's
all
just-
guns to on Tell.
It's really tempting right here if I'm Leighton to try to ionize Tell and just start very gently escorting him off the board.
Yes. Oh man, would that feel bad?
Where he doesn't get his pilot ability is if he drives off the board.
Mm-hmm. Man, if he does something like that 2 bank and ends up range 1 of Tell, oh, that could be super dirty.
But this is also, I mean, this exact situation is where you want to kind of hang Leighton out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, you have far juicier targets than Fen and Guri who have finally showed up to play.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, Aaron's already shown he's willing to take the shot at Guri.
Yeah.
And so you kind of, in a way, if you're Andreas, this is the perfect time to just hang Leighton out, just let him mix it up and start ionizing some ships while people don't pay attention to him.
Mm-hmm. I do think he does need to go towards Tell. Tell is just such a juicy target. 71 points compared to Numlum's 50. That's a huge difference.
Right.
And then not to mention Moralo down there, who's just kind of playing I'm a points fortress down here with almost 80 points, just hanging out. Maybe I'll come in for a shot, maybe not.
And a reminder, too, that, it's not just actually killing them, but if you can, so the 6 have a 1 bank. I could see Leighton just pulling a 1 bank.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if you can control the direction of those front arcs, I mean, if I'm Fen and Guri, I'm kind of comfortable with those side arcs pointing at me. 2 attack dice versus 3 evades.
Mm-hmm.
I'm comfortable with that. I don't want to be
that Numlum's is actually going to be 3 and possibly up to 4, right? With that ion cannon. So just
ion is only out the front.
forward.
Ion is only out the front. So this is what I'm saying is if you
Oh,
can
gotcha. Yeah,
control
not the
where
turret.
those guys are pointing
Mhm.
to let Fen and Guri come up from behind, then that's a good use of that Ion.
Man, that
Did he
cleared.
bump?
No, that cleared.
Good lord.
Right? I mean, from my perspective, it's like completely inside of the other base, but TTS says clear. Yeah, I keep getting ion cannon and turret confused.
Right. So the point I'm kind of making is that these jump masters are really only dangerous to these aces out the front.
Mm-hmm. So he's gonna focus.
So he's rotating his Zark.
Yeah, I think you have to, or else you're not gonna get a shot, and you go out to the left.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so I think if you can control them, if you can keep them pointed front, if you can follow them around from behind.
There's the 3 bank from Leighton. I think we'll check that template. Just it looks kind of close. I don't think it hit that rock, but actually it would tell us. Oh, and going for the block.
I like that a lot.
Yeah. Now you're not getting shot at with Leighton. It's a defensive move, but also the block is a great way to prevent Tell there from doing stuff.
I like the 3 bank. I called that the beginning, but I mean the barrel roll. That was.
I don't even know if he needed to do the barrel. Well, I guess he probably did to prevent that 1 bank.
It was the best call.
Absolutely. Now we'll see what Guri did, and if it can somehow advance sensors away to be behind Tell there. I don't think so.
Yeah, I does put Guri in a weird spot.
With bumping because being a focus for being at range 1 anyways.
That's true,
advance like a target lock.
That's true, though. If Guri does that, I guess you would want to bump so that you can shoot Moralo, because Guri does not want to shoot Namla.
Absolutely.
Oh, are we snapshotting? Yeah, we're snapshotting.
Yep.
See 1 eyeball
crit.
and 1 crit. Oh, and Moralo is the ship you want to snapshot. Well, apparently not this time, but 1 agility ship, a snapshot is usually going to give you something.
So bets on the Guri pool?
I'm thinking a 1 forward is the maneuver that we'll see released, but the advanced sensors is going to determine what it's going to do.
Yeah.
Because who knows? You could.
I would just advanced sensors that target lock.
3 bank to the right. So he was planning on going for Moralo, or he was planning on. He must have been planning on advanced. No, because he tried to bump. I mean, he planned on that bump. This is going to be interesting.
I mean, this is
he may have just.
You take it. Go ahead.
You broke up there, John. We didn't hear what you said.
Oh, whoops. This bump is okay. You're gonna advance sensors, target lock, and you're gonna get a focus anyways.
But he's
probably
not,
don't.
He's not bumping if he does a 3 bank here.
Yeah, I think he fits.
You don't think so?
It'll be super close.
If he wanted to bump, a 1 straight would have been plenty.
Yeah.
Even better, I guess, right?
I think the reason he's taking so long is that he did not expect this board state.
Yeah, he didn't know where Moralo. Well, no, he would have known where Moralo was, because.
So he's going full defensive here. I think he's just going to advance sensors to calculate 3 bank. Yeah, there we go. He clears, and then he gets his free focus, and then he just prays that Moralo does not roll.
Yeah. I don't know if I would have necessarily calculated right there. I still probably would have target locked, because that focus, it gives you a balanced offensive option. But the calculate just says, all right, you might have to sacrifice one or the other. Yeah, I mean, it's half a dozen to one, 6 of the other. Fenrau, okay. Came in there. Let's see.
I mean, again, we just kind of expected him to come in and start dealing some damage.
Yeah, but maybe he's looking at this clock with 18 minutes remaining and thinking, man, I need to get half points on something quick. and Moralo is the best way to do that.
They started at an hour 15, so they're at 33.
Yeah, so our clock is running on the stream for 8. It has 18 minutes and 15 seconds remaining.
Right. I'm just, if they may have wanted to agree to just do a standard hour 15 game.
Gotcha. Yeah, we'll ask them as well. Okay. But either way, I mean, the time versus the 60 minutes and 2 rounds comes out to be about the same.
So Fen is trying to play here.
Oof.
Oh gosh.
That just hit crit. I can't see.
That's not what you want to see.
Where are we shooting at?
Where did the 5th dice roll? Did it just pop off the board?
It's off to the side. It's a blank. So it's just hit crit at tell.
Well, we'll see if he spends. Yep, gonna spend that maul.
Spending maul.
Probably going to take a stress here to regain it.
I would.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, why not? You're fully open to do a 1 bank next turn.
Well, and you're about to shoot.
Mm-hmm. So. He has
so
those proton, or what is it? Those are plasma torpedoes.
Yeah.
And he hasn't even attempted a target lock or anything, or even to set up his front arc to be able to do that, which kind of intrigues me.
I don't think he's had a good opportunity. I mean, the only ship he's possibly had in his front arc is Leighton, who got the shield stripped on the first.
Mm-hmm.
So Guri spending that focus offensively.
Yep. And that's going to be a lot of damage. At least 3.
And 4.
Oof. Man.
Oh, no. He can spend that calculate he got from Triple Aught.
Oh, to re-roll.
No, just to...
Right, Lando is a re-roll. Spend a green token, you can re-roll.
Yeah,
no. Lando's an...
Oh, Lando is the action because it's Lando crew, not
no.
Lando.
You're thinking of the right Lando. That scum Lando is after you roll, but there was no reason not to. He had a calculate from O, and he had a 1 focus roll. Mm-hmm. So there's no reason not to just spend his calculate and evade 1 damage to take 3.
Yeah, but he took 4.
Then I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, he didn't spend anything.
I think that has to be a mistake.
I would hope so. Because I don't know why you would want to keep a calculate and a focus. Well, I mean, I guess maybe he thought of... a calculate only does 1 thing. Because Lando can't be used on offense, right?
Well, hold on. He rolled 4 hits against Guri. Uses the calculate. Still takes 2 damage.
Okay. Wow. Guri.
1 away from half, and that is a huge marker there.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna see Tell's shot. Gonna be out the side at Fen there. Fen getting to add the extra die at range 1.
I mean, there's exactly 0 chance this does anything.
Well, Concordia face-off doesn't trigger here because he's not in the attacker's front arc. So, but 4 dice versus 3 in a focus.
At best, you hope you can strip that focus.
Ooh, spend that maul if that says eyeball. You spend it. Does it say eyeball?
It says blank.
Oh, well. That would have been your chance to do damage. Yep, now you're not doing it. Yep. Yeah, wouldn't matter whether face-off triggered or not.
Right,
just
and so there's just that high agility, but you've only got 2 reds. And he's going to struggle with it. But Moralo coming in, that's his best shot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Moralo
is doing a good job capitalizing on it.
Ooh, wow, okay. Fen here, range 2. Just roll good, right? You know, when you're a good player, the dice reward you, right?
Did Leighton shoot and I just missed it?
Nope. I think they just forgot. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. They got all hopped up on the is Fen Rao about to take a crit for her.
Exactly. Okay, so they took away a focus from Moralo there. I think they might have just been reading each other's cards and going, oh, wait a minute. Did Moralo spend the focus on the Guri shot?
Morales spent everything, I think.
Except for Lando,
Except
so
for
they
that
had the
calculate.
calculate. Okay, so.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so Ion shot.
Mm-hmm. Gonna
And
spend
he's
that
glad he has
calculate
that
there.
calculate.
Yep. Well, I mean, one ion token doesn't really matter. You know, it'll stack eventually, but your goal would be to kill Leighton before it matters.
Yeah.
All right. Well, still not at half, though, so. That clock just dwindling down, and we're right on a razor's edge where it could go either direction.
Unfortunately, though, and the really unfortunate part for Aaron is that I don't know that he's ever going to get another good shot at Guri. Because this turn, Guri can absolutely just turn in right behind Moralo and start doing some damage. So the question here for Aaron is, do you hard turn off the board as Moralo right here?
I don't know if that's going to be in his thought process there.
But you came in, you took Guri almost to half, but now Guri's going to get behind you, and you have absolutely no say in that.
The question is, do you sacrifice your, 40 points worth of half to try and come harder at either taking Leighton off the board or bringing Fenn to half? This is where knowing the math and knowing the numbers is going to be huge. Because right now, he's probably looking at this going, okay, I'm probably going to get half, but I'm about to kill a ship. It's hard when you taste that blood in the water.
Yeah, but there's not going to be a whole lot of blood in the water when he's not going to get an action this turn.
I'm not sure. Not sure if.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I do like the idea to hard 2 off the board for sure. I think it's a great move.
Or hard 3 rather.
Yeah. I
just checked the dial, and yeah, you don't want to hard 2 off the board.
Yeah. So does the stress stay?
It does. All of the like negative tokens stay on him exactly as they.
Or I guess all square tokens would be the term for X-wing. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's actually just that you just treat it like all tokens are coming with you, and it's just that your focuses and evades go away at the end of the turn like normal.
Gotcha. Yeah, so that's why square tokens stay, round tokens leave. Right. Yeah, it's one of the design elements that actually made sense when they were thinking about stuff.
But target locks also stay.
As they are square.
Oh, that's right.
See, it's almost like they actually thought something through at FFG.
Sometime.
Yeah. Except they didn't think through the fact that we all had old, nice acrylic tokens before, and we're like, dang it, can't use these anymore.
You act like we're not all still using them.
I'm not. I went and bought a whole set of the large, gigantic curl paw tokens, and I love them. I do. I just love them.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I guess how are we thinking Guri's going to get behind? Do we think just a 3 sloop? Or
I mean, a 3 sloop will do it. You've got advanced sensors.
Yeah, advanced sensors, a target lock, do your 3 sloop, get the range 1 right behind with target lock focus.
I mean, the only issue with that is that Leighton very well could be just 4 straighting here.
I don't know if even that would clear.
I think it does. I'm looking at it, and I think it does. And so you're risking Leighton like 5 straighting and then getting a really prime ion cannon shot at you.
So what do we do with? I think Numlum is just gotta turn to the left here. That's pretty obvious.
The jump masters are becoming increasingly irrelevant because right now.
Yeah, it's going to take way too long for them to turn around.
Too long for them to turn around if they want action.
Because both of them are stressed, so they can't sloop either. Because right now would be a great time for Tell to do a 2 sloop. I think it's a 2 sloop, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Or no, it's a 3.
you know,
It's a 3 sloop.
he's been a little aggressive with Maul, unfortunately, so he can't. He's kind of stuck in this one bank world.
Yeah.
And I really think that the entirety of this game rests on Moralo.
Absolutely, yeah. In Aaron's side right now, it does. You know.
And so if I'm Andreas, I'm thinking only about how can I take Moralo off the board and then just win the game.
Yeah. Leighton right now has a great chance to 5K as well. And set up that perfect shot.
5K simply because they go off up in that corner, then you're being chased. If I was Leighton, I would want to just clear what's his face.
Well, you got to think Moralo's going to be moving forward more than likely. It's either because a stop would be the only thing that would hurt you in that case.
You probably one straight or 2. Here.
I'm on the 5. I'm on the 4 or 5 straight train with Leighton.
Moralo.
Well, I mean, if that's the case, whatever. You shoot Moralo, you do no damage. You got to focus and evade. You probably take no damage if Moralo goes one straight or stops. He's got no offensive tokens. But no, okay.
Leighton's
one
gonna
bank,
just bump into,
and just stay where he is.
Now that does set up the snapshot too. If Moralo goes forward and bumps,
that's
so
not
one
bad.
bank is gonna hop right over there, clear that. Ooh, this is going to be that tempting. Do I focus, rotate, and shoot back at Leighton here? Because that could PS kill Leighton.
I think you do. You're not going to get a shot on Fen out the side here this turn.
Yeah, because he's going to be doing a 2. More than likely a 2 straight or a 2
or 3 straight, yeah.
Going to clear that stress and probably do a focus boost. That target lock
think Fen's
on
going to be
Fen.
burning in on Moralo here.
Yeah. Whose target lock is that on Fen? Is that Numlums?
That's Numlums.
Okay.
No, I think Andreas is very much on board here with I need to put all the guns I can on Moralo.
Yeah, he's looking at that clock and thinking, possible. You know, especially right now when you need to do 1 damage and regain that lead right now.
Right.
So we're going to see a target lock rotate. Okay. It's that debate of whether a target lock or a focus is better.
Focus.
Either way, you know, it's something. So let's see here. Oh, he did a 3 hard. Look at that. Okay.
Oh,
that's not going to be pleasant for him when he's looking at where. I mean, I guess he was just thinking, I just don't want to bump. And he might have assumed that Leighton was doing the faster maneuver to kind of hop in that gap.
So, you reinforced the rear. What are you doing?
No, he focused.
No.
You get to calculate.
A reinforce is not going to really help you that much here.
I don't.
It's going to help you more than a focus is going to.
There's that sloop from Guri.
You reduce damage and then you spend it.
Yeah. So now you're not gonna be in range. So you go ahead and get the calculate because you won't be in range 1.
I
5
don't
straight
like...
with Fen.
Yeah, he was burning in on Moralo, thinking that Moralo was going to bump.
Just going to bump. Yeah,
that's still fine.
I mean, you did keep the stress. I think you could have done a 3 and been just as happy. You know, 3 and a boost is the same as a 5.
Yeah, no, that would have been the better option for sure. And the question, I guess, is whether Tell has arc.
I think Tell does. Tell's definitely clipping right there. And so Fen no shot.
If only Tell had taken a focus action.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
he could be threatening Fen right
when
now.
You have 2 ships moving after you PS wise, a focus is definitely the safer option.
But
so I don't think we didn't see 000. I think we might have jumped right into the combat here before that had a chance to activate. I think that might
They
be
might
what they're
be talking
discussing
about
right
it.
now.
Yeah, Guri did kind of just go straight into I'm shooting.
Yeah, and part of that is you look at the clock and you're going, okay, time's running out. Let's do this. But you got to give those triggers an option. But also, both players are not in the same Discord channel right now, or at least Andreas is not in a Discord channel right now, or he wasn't when we started the game. So that makes the game infinitely harder to remember triggers.
Well, I at the same time, I mean, I don't want to.
Oh, it looks like he is in the Discord. I'm sorry, he did join.
Yeah. At the same time, though, I mean, that is a may. It's not a must. And
it is a may. You shouldn't remind them.
Yeah, if they miss that trigger, that's on the players.
You don't remind him, but you do have to either acknowledge that timing window has passed, or say, you have to verbalize something of, all right. So start of activation or something to at least say, let him miss it if he is going to miss it. But they did go back and he did take a calculate. So,
which was definitely going to happen because he almost certainly chose Fen, and Fen does not want to be double.
Exactly. So that's 3 damage into him.
Takes a ton of damage.
Yep, that's going to be.
Puts him at what?
4 health remaining.
4?
Yeah, I think so. If I did the math right. How many are in the stack? Okay, yeah. So we should have 4
5
remaining.
In the stack.
Good. Yep. No, Moralo is not reinforced. Moralo took a focus token.
Yeah. So Moralo has a focus and a calculate.
Yeah, a reinforce could have prevented 2 damage there. One from Guri and one from Leighton.
I think, unfortunately, this is one of those situations where that 3 hard turn is just not the move you wanted to make.
Yeah, it turned your arc too much.
Right.
A
I think
3
there were several
bank would have been
choices,
amazing, but yeah, there's just. This is going to be. Who is this shooting?
I believe this is
Leighton? No. This must be Tell.
This is Tell at Leighton.
Yep, Tell at Leighton. 2 hits.
So that target lock, unfortunately, not availing him at all. But
but that is Leighton.
Has nothing, and that is him dead.
Wow. Okay. So target lock didn't help you, but you did just pick up 43 points. And losing 40 on Moralo there, and being able to PS kill a ship. Oof. But I think Moralo is pretty much out of the fight now. We're going to see Moralo probably jump in. Yeah, Moralo's going to have to 4 forward is as fast as it can go. Yeah, 4 forward and just aim to get off the edge of the board. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we got a 2 dice pot shot at Fen. Not going to do anything here.
Right. And the problem, of course, like we talked about, is those jump masters aren't in the best position to really threaten anybody coming up behind Moralo. And
yeah, they are both unstressed right now, so they're able to turn around a little bit better.
Right. Just not particularly well.
Mm-hmm. I think we'll see Tell here. Tell is stressed though. Tell is stressed from the focus or the target lock rotate.
He pulled the stress. I'm not sure why.
I think it might have come off with Leighton, but he should be stressed right now. Because he target lock rotated to the rear.
You might drop that in the...
Yeah. If you would just grab a stress token and wave it around at him. Or if you want to I would into the other chat. And also let them know that the time is expired. Or ask them, say, time is up. You guys have 2 complete rounds, or if you're just using the other timer. I got it. Hey, guys.
Yeah, we got it. Tell stressed.
Yeah, but then also that was the 60-minute timer. Are you guys just using the normal 75? Or
normal?
Normal? Okay, cool. All right, well, cool. Let me scroll up then and find how much time is left. All right, so they got the stress. They're also just going to use the standard game timer, which if one of you would tell me how much time is left on that.
13 minutes.
13?
20 seconds.
Okay.
Honestly, probably the same.
Gotcha. So, but yeah.
Two or three turns here.
I think they'll probably get 2 turns in, depending on how long it takes them to set those dials. Their pace of play has been I wouldn't call it a slow, but on the slower side of medium.
Right.
And a lot of it just comes with, all right, well, there's a lot of thought here, especially with a ship like Guri. You got to think about those advanced sensors and everything else. But
so with Aaron, I mean, you have to go after Guri. You don't have to.
I think that's your best shot of getting one.
Yeah, you're turned around.
So maybe you 2 sloop with Nam Lam or something, and then.
So it's a 3 sloop on the Jump Masters, and I think that puts you a little too close to the edge of the board there.
Absolutely.
That, and you don't if you do sloop, you don't have any blues that direction, so you have to turn around the slow way, which at their pace of play will give them maybe one more turn of Aaron shooting.
Right.
Because there's no way that Morallo's getting a shot the rest of this game.
How's the points right now?
43 to 40.
Right.
So Aaron is up by 3 points.
Right. The win condition here is that Andreas really needs to kill Morallo.
Mm-hmm.
So in my mind, the big question for this turn is, did Morallo go 4 straight, or did Morallo... Okay, yeah.
So reinforce the rear here, please. Please reinforce the rear. You got to. But Guri's going to be coming up and getting a shot for sure. We're going to see Guri doing a 2 bank in here to clear the stress more than likely.
So Aaron obviously trying to bank on getting Morallo off the board here.
Yeah, he definitely knows where the points stand and go, okay, wait a minute. I've got, right about 10 minutes, and I just need to do 4 damage to a 1 agility ship. Fenrau going to be doing a 2 of some sort, probably, clearing that stress.
That said, I mean, if he's not careful, Tell only needs 3 damage to go to half.
That too, yeah.
So it's not, I mean, so he can take Morallo out of the game all he wants, but if he's in the process, if he's just, playing bumper cars with the Jump Masters, he will still have this game taken away from him. And it looks like that's what Andreas is going to do.
Well, I think he was just doing that to get rid of the stress and setting him up to be able to engage something next round.
No, I think, yeah, there he goes. He's coming around.
That's putting yourself in a dangerous side arc shot there with Morallo.
He's got to focus
unnecessarily,
though. It's not
really.
the end of the world.
Yeah.
Now, he needs those points.
He doesn't if he kills Morallo. Morallo will put him at 80 points.
But he might not be able to kill Morallo. Morallo's going to be running away from him. He's going to be reinforced, and if he gets off the board, he's home free. I think Andreas has decided he may not be able to kill Morallo, and he needs to be putting his energy into having Tell, which also is a win condition. And he's just going to go ahead and do that right here with a shot from Fen.
Ooh, not that shot.
Well, he could spend that focus. I wouldn't, though.
I wouldn't either. He's going to spend... Somebody just moved a target lock? Is that what that was?
No, someone just... Yeah, okay, so he's not spending it.
Okay, yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, and Tell has Maul. He'll spend it. He'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you'd need to get 3 through on Tell. Yeah, you got to get 3 through.
That's not impossible. He's got another shot with Guri here. And then next turn, he'll have a prime opportunity to just pour some damage into Tell.
And Tell not getting a single chance to use those proton torpedoes or plasma torpedoes.
Hold on.
I don't think
Tell has Maul back? Why does Tell have Maul back?
Because he took a stress. There's a
That's
stress.
after you suffered damage. Tell didn't suffer damage.
Ah, good point.
He only had 1.
Yep, that's a good point. We're gonna wanna.
Yeah, he can't have Maul.
All right, if you would hop in that other chat and let him know.
Oh, it was 2 hits to 1 focus result though, so he suffered 1.
I didn't see
No,
a
he was
shield
already.
go,
Yeah,
though.
there was no shield gone.
No, it was 1 hit. That's all.
Yeah, it was 1 hit and 2 eyeballs, and he spent Maul. So, yeah, if you just hop over to the other channel and let them know. There you go. Yep, you get so used to just doing things in your mind, you're like, okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. So he also is not stressed.
Okay, good.
So.
Yeah, the stress can go away.
Yep. There we go. All right, so now we're going to see a range that looks like range 2 to me onto Fen. Ooh, range 2 is a danger zone, but no mods, so.
No mods. Fen's still at full.
Oh, man.
And, oh, look.
Fen.
If only there was a focus token.
Oh, you can spend it. Spend it to reroll 2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so I mean,
gonna land, though. That's a smart call.
Yep. Oh, that's
For
not
one.
fun. And the likelihood of Fen taking damage here is 0.007.
And this is the last shot on Fen this turn.
And there's the evade, yep. So we'll see Numlum get that. Well, actually, you got Tell's shot as well out the back.
Oh, that's true. Range 2 as well.
Oh, that could do something here. No Concordia
here.
Yeah, I think you do. The range 3 on Guri with a token. And you have your target lock on Fen as well, I think.
And it's the same damage for both ships to get them to half.
Right.
It would be 2 on Fen or 1 on Guri.
No, it's 2 on Guri. Guri has 5 health totals. Oh, no, you're right.
Yeah, so she's at 3.
1 on Guri, okay. So he's taking the shot on.
It's 2 dice either way. And...
Hope for blanks. Okay, not those kinds of
not
blanks.
those kind of blanks. Did he shoot at Fen, though? Because he has a target lock there, right? Or wrong target lock.
Yep. Nomlum's target lock.
Oh, too bad you can't spend a buddies, right? So we're going to see range 2 out the side here. Because you definitely don't take the range 3 obstructed shot.
No, I don't think you do.
And this, we'll see one more round of play after this. So either timer would have worked out the same.
Right.
So at this point, you kind of take as long as you need to decide, but the obvious shot is Fen there.
Just not 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Fen just barely at 3.
Yeah, so you're definitely going to shoot into the 3 green dice with no mods as opposed to the 5 green dice with mods. Or I guess 4 versus 5.
And so I just want to bring this back to a couple of turns ago when Moralo had the choice of turning off of the board and coming back.
Yeah, it could have been right
Aaron
behind.
really wishes he had done that.
Yeah, and that's the good. Ooh, okay. That's the great part about being on stream is you get to go back and watch these games later.
Nope.
And Fen just being, Fen Rao saying, I don't really feel like taking damage right now. I just got my ship waxed.
Yeah, two attack dice are not going to be enough to push that damage.
So here's the question, though. This next round, he has to do 3 damage to Moralo or 3 damage to Tell or 4 damage to Nomlam. So he could still lose this game.
He could.
And that's also without taking a damage on Guri, which I don't think will be super hard.
No, I mean,
need to get out of there because Moralo needs to have room.
We're going to see Moralo probably 3 bank to the left here to try and get the most distance away.
You could, if you're Nom, you could 1 bank ship left. Moralo could bank away.
Because I don't think a 4 straight gets you off the board.
If I'm Nom Lum, I just 3 bank, and if I hit that rock, I don't care. I need to get out of the way of the more important ships.
You saying 3 bank to the right or to the left?
To the right.
To the right. Oh, okay.
Yeah, just get out of the way.
You're right, because that will determine also if he knows that he's up on points right now. Because if he thinks he's down on points, then he's going to try and bring that gun into the fight.
Yeah, the other option is he 1 banks Nom Lum, stops with Moralo, and just if Aaron is calling that the guns are going to be pointed at Tell, he may well just stop with Moralo, and that would be a gutsy move to do that.
That would be super ballsy. We're probably thinking
and just
Fen is
catch
doing a
Guri
too
coming
hard
in.
though here. I mean,
Oh, Fen is absolutely doing it too
yeah,
hard.
and so
too
if
hard
you
or-
stop, you still run that risk of, well, Fen is just going to shoot at me and get the 3 damage there.
maybe, although that's not where Fen wants to live. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think a stop is a death sentence for Moralo with Guri coming in.
I mean, I think the 3 bank and the reinforced rear is the safest option, especially if you can kind of block up that center section there where Fen either maybe bumps. If you could somehow self-bump Tell to stay where it is and get Fen to bump, your odds of winning this game have skyrocketed.
I don't know if that's
No,
possible.
that's not going to happen. Wow. Okay, that fit. So
that's the one bank left.
that was the one hard left, I think.
No, it was a
one
bank.
bank, yeah.
Oh, it was a thing.
Yeah. Okay.
This was in my Moralo might be stopping world, but
We'll see.
I don't know.
I wonder if he's going to try. Nope, there's the 3 bank.
No, there's that 3 bank.
And dear God, reinforce the rear.
Reinforce. But then the problem with this is that it doesn't leave Tell a lot of places to go.
Mm-hmm. Tell can. I think 1 forward is what we're going to see here.
In action.
1
Yes.
forward, focus. Or do Jump Masters have an evade? They don't.
they don't.
Oh.
See, this is the problem. He bumps, and
Oh, man.
Fen just gets a perfect free shot at
Mhm.
range 1, and
So Guri just
there's
with a 1
really
bank,
very little.
clearing that stress.
Yeah.
So is
And so-
Guri here? Do you boost and get that focus, or I think you do. I think you boost towards that rock and just
Yeah.
get that focus.
Shoot Tell.
Nope, just gonna calculate. It looks like.
Ow.
Yeah.
I think you're already range 1 there.
Boost.
I mean, he's counting on Fen.
Mm-hmm. That's risky here. I think Fen
So-
is just on the edge of that range 1, but may need to barrel roll focus to ensure it.
He'll barrel roll focus.
I don't know why.
The game's over time wise, so you don't have to worry. Or just about. You definitely don't have to worry about stress your next turn.
I still
He'll
would have
understand.
Guri here.
Won't understand why Guri didn't in position.
Didn't boost, yeah.
No, or just curve barrel roll to the right forward.
Mm-hmm.
Get your calculate, get your stress. It won't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the barrel roll with Fen. No reason not to.
Yep. Get you
All
a
right.
little bit farther away from Numlum. Man, this all depends on these dice. Guri is not in range 1 there. I bet you he thought he was.
He probably did, and, it
And
was just
said,
a
I'd
little
rather
bit off.
have a green token for when I shoot at this guy. Well, he spawned the wrong range ruler there, but yes.
He's checking
reinforces.
he's checking for triple up,
Oh, gotcha.
but yeah, very much out.
So, yeah, you have to shoot at Tell here, I think. That's your best.
Oh, you do. You're not getting that much damage through a reinforced.
But
morale.
Guri not repositioning, I think Guri's shot's going to be obstructed.
No, it's all on Fen. And that's a
And-
solid roll to do it.
Yeah.
It's
You got
Five-
if
You
he's
got to spend that focus.
I don't
though.
know what he's thinking about here. Spend the dang focus.
You have to spend the focus and then trust your evades.
Oh my gosh. He's also thinking, I have 2 shots coming back at me at range 1.
Yeah, but
Yeah, there you
no,
go.
You have to. You might not like it, but you have to spend.
Mhm.
Just be grateful your Reds gave you the chance.
Oh, that is
And
3.
that's
1,
that's
2,
a win
3.
position right there.
Yep, you just cannot get halved on Fen.
So Fen can only take 1 damage, and Guri can take none.
Yeah. Either of these dice rolls, and Numlum has both of them. So when we're gonna see this Tell shot, but Numlum has a focus and a target lock on Fen, and I think it was range 1. I couldn't tell from my angle.
It's definitely range 1. Oh no, I think it is.
I don't know. If you look in the chat, it'll tell you what Fen had.
Fen, no, Fen was Nomlum at 2.
Okay, so it is gonna be range 2, which is not appealing. But green dice, we've seen them fail before.
And Nom does have a focus, so it will be
Mhm.
modded.
Yep, and a target lock.
That's true.
we're shooting at.
I think
Nomlum
there's a debate here in his mind is I think you shoot at Nomlum here. Well, You have a focus and a calculate. You shoot at Nomlam to try and get him to spend that focus on defense to make the wrong call.
But
He doesn't have a focus.
Oh, that's right. Guri doesn't have a focus. Guri only has a calculate. Ooh.
There's no universe where Namlam spends
shooting.
that focus anyway.
I mean, you would hope. But
There's
I don't know
no
why
way
you would
can
shoot at
have-
anybody else. Because you're
I
not
guess.
you're not getting it on Moralo. You don't have enough dice to do it.
Oh no! Yeah, you shoot at Namlum and you force his turret to move forward, right?
I think he's in both arcs, so he could keep it just out the side.
Ah,
Yeah, so it would still stay out the side.
that's a shame.
There's
Mhm.
damage.
But you could
Three.
also, if his turret was facing a different direction, you could opt to not shoot at him, and then he wouldn't be able to rotate that arc. You can always choose not to shoot.
Right, but there's
So-
no advantage, specific advantage to shooting him here.
Yeah, not in this situation. He just went ahead and shot at Tell.
Got nothing for it. You know,
Right.
it didn't really
Yeah.
matter. But now he's very glad he spent that focus on Fen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But he is also thinking that about Dengar, even though I think he does have a calculate there, right? I
He
just
does.
can't see it. Okay. Yeah. That he could have gotten that Dengard off, but all right.
This entire game
these
comes
two
down to these
dice.
last two shots.
Oh.
Ooh, that's a good start. Fen does have 4 dice on defense.
Oh my gosh, what's that
I
other
got
one? Can I not
one.
see it?
It's an eyeball.
He gets one evade.
Evade. Oh, focus.
Wait.
Whoa.
Wait,
shot
what?
it.
Wait, did he
Did he
shoot
shoot
at
Guri?
Guri? Oh my gosh, he
Oh my
shot
gosh,
at
he
Guri,
shot
and that
at
just
Guri.
did it.
Why?
But
No,
oh, he
Namlum
had a
still has
focus
shot.
and a. I only saw the 3 dice. I couldn't see the other one.
No, why would you do that?
Maybe he thought that. I don't know why. Wow. But he did spend his token now. So wait, Dengar only works after defending, correct?
That's
I want to make
correct.
sure we get this right. Wow. Okay. Oh, because he has a 3 dice shot because he's going to use the front arc. Oh, no. Nothing you can do about that. Your target locks
No.
over on Fen.
I mean, did he shoot? And he didn't shoot Fen again. I don't.
And there's the evade.
Okay,
Yep.
that's game.
Oh, man, that's game. That's
That's extremely unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
If he had put both those shots on Fen, this might have been a very different.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he was just a little blinded by that one
Just
damage.
all I
on
need is
Guri.
1 damage, and you're looking at. I get why, because Fen has that free evade at range 1 there.
Not for either of these guys. That's only at the front arc.
Oh, that is right.
And
Dang
he
it, we
was rolling.
just talked
It
about
was
this a
4
minute
dice
ago,
versus 4 dice. Anyway.
Yeah.
So
It was Numlum's shot that I think would have been the better one out the side, because then you're at range 2, so he's not changing 1 or getting the extra die.
and he had a target lock on Fen,
Yeah,
and he
the
really
focus.
needed that target lock.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go join them and do some interviews, and we'll talk to them about what they were thinking. All right,
Yeah.
guys. Man, what a game! All right down there to those last couple dice.
All the way down to the last die.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, so close there. Mark, if you want to talk with Aaron, and then John, if you want to take Andreas here, and we'll do our after action interviews.
Sure. Hey, Aaron. That was
Hey,
a
Mark.
hell of a game.
It was a fun game. I don't see why Gene had so many problems with this list.
We'll talk when we're not being recorded about how Gene reacts to lists. But well played, sir. In the spirit of the idea squad, I guess I'll ask you, what was your strategy for this game? Like when you were approaching, what were you thinking?
You're breaking up terribly.
How's this?
That's a little better.
All right. So I was just asking you, when you were approaching, when you were kind of setting up your ships, what were you thinking? How were you thinking this game was going to go, and what were you trying to do?
Well, I did exactly what I wanted to do. Go up the right-hand side of the board, keep the jump master dial open. The only thing that was a little bit of a disappointment was not getting Moralo eval off the board in that one turn. when he did the 4 forward.
Oh, we were all
So,
heartbroken for you. We were all looking at that and going, no, really?
So yeah, I mean, everything went pretty decently with the exception of that one move. So I'm very pleased with the way that the game went and very pleased with the way that the list flew. So, I mean, I didn't have any problems with maneuvering the ships and getting them around to where they needed to be. In the end, I just didn't get enough hits in on to get that one last point on Guri.
Yeah. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate you letting us commentate.
Yeah, it's my pleasure.
Awesome. All right. John?
Andreas, congratulations on the win, man. So it was a very interesting list that you faced. What were your sort of initial reactions when you saw that you'd be going up against that, and then how did that sort of go into your approach for the opening couple turns of the game?
So I didn't like Moralo. His 180-degree arc sucks to fly against. And so I wanted to figure a way to get behind him, because once you're behind him, and really any of these big base ships, they don't really have the ability to turn around quickly. I mean, the jump masters do have the sloop, but then they can't lose that stress. So I kind of wanted to get behind with, at least with Guri, and try to wreak havoc.
Yeah, absolutely, and you were able to do that. But I mean, sort of the funny counter. Rallo, interestingly, has a counter to that, right? So you basically have to get behind him twice, so he can just fly off the board and then go behind you. So that was interesting to see how that sort of play out, and then reacting to that middle of the game. That was a super intense last rounds of dice rolls. Talk me through about your mental processes, working out the best decisions to make in the final moment of the game.
So when it got, one thing I didn't like, I didn't want to shoot Nom because every time there's a good chance I'll take damage. So I figured once I got half on Moralo and then there towards the end, I figured I needed to get half on Tau in order to get the win. And so that's kind of what my plan was. And then at the end, I mean, obviously with getting Fen there at range 1, definitely helped. And then just trying to get Guri to have some sort of pot shot on the Tau.
Are you trying to get Guri at range 1? Or do you think that she was at range 1 there on that last turn?
I actually didn't want Guri at range 1.
Yeah, that makes sense. I take an extra dice when you don't have to. Well, congrats on the win, man. That was a super exciting and well-flown match from beginning to end. So thanks for agreeing to be on stream with us today.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime.
Yeah, thank you. And go ahead and give us a shout out from, you're coming in from Austria, right? Is where you're playing
Correct.
from? So you want to shout out to your local X-Wing buddies and stuff? Are they watching you?
I don't think they're watching because it's like 4 a.m.
Yeah, I was wondering about that when he said the game started at 8, and I was thinking, wait a minute, they're like 7 hours ahead. That's
they can watch the replay.
Exactly. It'll be up on YouTube
I'll send
later.
them the links.
There you go.
That's dedication for you.
Yes. Who says, like, I'm playing in a tournament in the US and it's online. Why play in the middle of the day at a reasonable time? Let's just play at from 2 a.m. to 4 a.m.
Yeah. Well, hey, I'm just embracing the quarantine, right?
Exactly.
There
Doesn't matter what day it is. They're all kind of McFleur's day. Just mix them all up. Doesn't matter what time it is. Nobody has to be anywhere.
Yeah, correct.
All right. Well, thank you guys both so much. Big thank you to John for joining me here, and to Mark. It was great to have you both here. We'll definitely look into having Mark come back. You did a great job. John, also, thanks for being first time commentating, and you did pretty good. So.
My pleasure.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I'm gonna hop over to the other chat and say our outro and call it a night. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us and watching us out there live on Twitch. Please keep your eyes out for our videos. They'll be up on YouTube. And we're going to take a little bit of time, edit. We had back-to-back games tonight, so they'll be up sometime tomorrow for sure. Also, please like, follow, and subscribe on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. It really helps us out. If you have Amazon Prime, if you would Prime subscribe to our channel, it helps us out by shooting us about $2.50 each month that you Prime subscribe, and it helps us to get ready for our events with making more swag and things like that. So again, final shout out of the night to the 512th out of Austin for putting on this event, the Corona Cup, and all of you who enjoyed playing this, make sure you send them a message saying thank you, and also be thinking about the Idea Squad TTS Summer League, which is coming up. More information on our Facebook page. So thank you very much. Have a wonderful night, and we'll see you next time.
Voice.